And the days get longer and longer leading up to June, what is it, 20th, 21st? And it gets harder and harder to get the kids to bed on time. There are things, apparently, we can do to keep our bedtime routines on track. For some help, we turn to Julie Freedman-Smith from Parenting Power, one of her regular visits. Right on time, I got to tell you. This weather is gorgeous.
I know, but it's so brutal, isn't it?
It's so hard. You can have the most fantastic blackout blinds in the world, and it feels like there's nothing you can do because the question you get, or in my house, is, well, it's not nighttime. It's still daytime. Right. So do you make any adjustment? Just help me.
Okay, so you need to decide what adjustment you make, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to really think about how much sleep your child needs. Because bottom line, when our kids don't get enough sleep, they get cranky. Sure. We don't get enough sleep, we get cranky. We don't have the patience to deal with their misbehaviors. Sleep is a very slippery slope. So when we cut back on our kids' sleep, we are the ones that suffer. So as families, we need to make a decision about how much sleep our kids need, and I brought a visual of that, so we'll see that in a minute.
Okay, let's bring up that graphic so we can take a look.
If you know how much sleep your kids need, you just have to do the math. Those hours include daytime sleep for kids who are napping, by the way. But if you know that your 5-year-old needs 10 to 11 hours of sleep, then you got to do the math. When are they waking up? Because their eyes pop open, right, at a certain time of the morning. So roll it back, make sure that they're getting the right amount of sleep. Then you make a routine with your family. And yes, it doesn't look like nighttime, but the clock says are magical words. Ultimately, it's about keeping things consistent and giving our kids control. So if we let them know what the plan is and ask them, you keep an eye, when the clock says 7 o'clock, you tell me, and then we'll know that it's time to go start getting ready for bed. Hand them some control once you've made that decision.
Oh. Goodness, thank you. Okay, because I mean it does feel like that. You're just kind of beating this dead horse. And I mean, there's already so many obstacles at bedtime, and I'm talking from the perspective of a parent of a 5-year-old, but I know that it continues. And so, you know, you just feel like this overbearing adult in their lives that's constantly telling them what to do, and it's yet another thing.
Right. So if they know that they can push back and it'll work, they'll continue to do it.
What are you saying, Julie?
I'm saying nothing, my dear. But what we know is that if you are consistent over a piece of time, they're going to, no matter how hard I scream or no matter how much I push or beg or plead or whatever, it's not working. So then they start to be comfortable with the routine, and it happens. Also, they don't need to go to sleep. They just need to put their head on the pillow and close their eyes and wait for sleep to come to them. So if they're not tired or not sleepy, that's fine. You don't need to go to sleep. That sleep's job will come to you. All you need to do is lie with your head still on the pillow, close your eyes, and then give them something to think about. Ask them what they're going to think about. Are you going to remember your favorite friend that you love to play with? Are you going to sing yourself a song? Are you going to tell yourself the story of the 3 bears? Give them some things that they can occupy their mind with as they're waiting for sleep.
And we do all know, and I think, you know, you can tend to forget. It doesn't matter. You can push your kids' bedtime back. It does not mean that they're going to wake up any later. So.
Some kids do. My kids don't. My kids, bing. Well, now my daughter's a teenager. Now she sleeps in. But my kids, bing, their eyes pop open at the same time. So it's really just being aware of your child and how they work. And follow through. When they get up, when they call you, Mom, 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 decide what your plan's going to be. Are you going to go to them? If you are you going to say anything other than the broken record? It's your job to wait for sleep. Put your head on the pillow and close your eyes. I know you can do it. Or are you going to say nothing? Maybe you'll agree that you're going to go back and check on them every 10 minutes. You'll set the timer and check on them. So no matter how much they call, you won't go in, but every 10 minutes you'll pop in. Decide what's right for you, because if you can stick to it, then you will, and your kids will have that consistency.
Okay, very quickly, Julie. As we head towards summer, do we start to make some concessions? Or again, I mean, obviously you still have to keep these sort of bedtime rules in mind.
Well, know that it's coming. If your kids will sleep more during the day, great. Do what works for your family. And if you've got soccer that's keeping you up late or things that are making one night of the week later than the others, shorten that bedtime routine. Have 2, the long bedtime routine and the short one. Just let your kids know, because it's those routines that help them feel like they're in control.
ParentingPower.ca. We'll have links and information. BreakfastTelevision.ca. Julie Freedman-Smith, thank you very much. As always, I feel so selfish when I have you here because these are all my concerns.